Color guard, attention. Audience, please rise for presentation of the colors. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, post the colors. Scout salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Okay. Color guard, regroup. Color guard, retreat. Color guard, dismissed.
Everyone, please be seated.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out this evening. My name is Jim NeCash, Scoutmaster for Boy Scout Troop 4. And we are here, of course, this evening to celebrate the award of Eagle Scout to one of our fellow Scouters. It's a very proud moment. Our Master of Ceremonies is our Senior Patrol Leader, Miles Knappich. And Miles, I'll go ahead and turn this part of the ceremony over to you.
All right. At this point, I call upon the chaplain's aide to ask for God's blessing upon this ceremony.
We ask you, O Lord, to give us the strength and courage, each of us, to live up to the Scout Oath and law and high ideals of worldly brotherhood of scouting. Amen.
Amen. Good evening. I would like to now introduce our honored guest and ask him to stand. Caleb?
Please behind you.
Oh, hello. I now declare this Court of Honor in session. Today we have the honor and pleasure of recognizing one candidate for the award of Eagle Rank. This is an important and serious matter. In full awareness of the challenges of these times, the parents and leaders of this candidate have labored long and faithfully to develop him to be alert and to participate in citizenship through the scouting program. These efforts culminate tonight in the presentation of the Eagle Scout badge. The success of these efforts will become evident in the way this Eagle Scout will set his social pattern for all lives he may touch. Democracy is a fresh conquest for each generation. When a boy becomes a Boy Scout, there should be instilled with him that which we call the spirit of scouting. Where are your candles? This lighted candle symbolizes the spirit because the spirit of scouting embodies the fine principles of the Scout Oath and Scout Law. It becomes a shining beacon of inspiration alone. This may be feeble, but when multiplied by the millions of boys of scouting, it can become a very powerful indeed. After a boy has entered scouting, the Scout Law that he has promised to obey is put into effect as occasions may demand, and so one by one, the symbols that stand for the parts of the Scout Law are lighted. There are 12 parts, all important and meaningful. Each is an important cornerstone of building a strong character. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, Obedient. Cheerful. Thrifty. Brave. Clean. And reverent. Troop 4 representative. There you stand there.
Okay. Our candidate earned Scout by understanding and promising to live by the Scout oath and law. They won the Scout motto, slogan, salute, and hand clasp, and understanding the significance of the Scout badge. They also took part in personal growth, agreement conference with the Scoutmaster. As Scout, our candidate were active in the troop and patrols for at least 2 months. They appeared from memory the Scout oath, law, and demonstrated how they practiced them in their everyday life. They also earned citizenship and one other skill award. And after a personal growth, agreement became Tenderfoot Scouts. After showing Scout spirit and becoming active for at least 2 months as Tenderfoot Scouts and earning the first aid hiking and won a skill award, they had a personal growth agreement conference with the Scoutmasters and a troop leaders council review, and they became second-class Scouts. For at least 2 months as second-class Scouts, our candidates were active in their troop and patrols and showed Scout spirit. They earned the camping, cooking, and warrior skill award and the first aid merit badge.
After having person growth agreement conference with their Scoutmaster and troop leaders council review, they become first-class Scouts. As first-class Scouts for at least 4 months, our candidates were active and showed Scout spirit in their troops and patrols. They earned 5 merit badges, three of which from the required list, and did service projects of at least 6 hours. They also served for 4 months or more in a troop leadership position, and after a personal growth agreement conference with their Scoutmaster and troop committee review, they become Star Scouts. Continuing along with the scouting trail, our candidates were active as Star Scouts for at least 6 months and showed Scout spirit and leadership. They earned 5 merit badges, 3 of which were from the required list for Eagle. After doing service projects of at least 6 hours and having a personal growth conference with their Scoutmaster, they had a troop committee review and became Life Scouts. Will the Honor Guard please escort the candidates' parents to the stage? To attain the highest ranking in scouting, our candidates were active in the troop and their patrols for at least 6 months, showing Scout spirit and leadership. They earned 10 more merit badges for a total of 21, 12 of which were from the required list. They planned, developed, and gave leadership to a service project, which was helpful to their school, religious institution, or community. They passed the troop and district board of review. Tonight you will witness the presentation of their well-earned reward. Now Joe will describe their Eagle projects.
After their plan, they picked a plan to build benches and to place them around the soccerplex. They turned that into the council, and it was approved. And then he then created a more detailed plan, and then proceeded to get building supplies and build the benches, and to shred them and place them and cement them in the soccerplex. And it was then approved by the council to be completed. Thank you.
Webster's Dictionary describes an eagle as a large bird of prey with sharp vision and powerful wings, famous for their strength, size, grace, and keen vision. It is the national anthem for the United States. The bald eagle, through the eagle, is found throughout the world. He is never found in abundance, he is always rare, and he is always a superb specimen. In scouting, the eagle stands for the strength of character. The eagle stands for knowledge of all phases of scouting. The eagle represents an understanding of community and nations and a deep respect for same. The eagle is a symbol of what a young man has done as well as what that young man will do and will be. When he grows to manhood, the eagle is a leader. The eagle is respected both by his peers and by his adult leaders. Eagle Scout candidates, please rise. I would like to call upon Kyle Hayes to give the Eagle Scout charge to these scouts.
Caleb, I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout charge on this occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in scouting. Boy Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history, and you have been counted worthy of this high rank in the Boy Scouts of America. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God and country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. And this is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts to your country, to your God. America has many good things to give you and your children after you, but these things depend, on the most part, on the quality of her citizens. Our country has a great past, and you are here to make the future better. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the high level of service to God and to your fellow man. So live and serve that these who know you will be inspired to finest living. We have too many who use their strength and their brains to exploit others and to gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among these who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on the solid foundations of clean living and honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence to God. And whatever others say or do, you leave behind your record of which every scout may be justly proud. On behalf of the Brothers of Scouting, the Eagles, and the Shenandoah Area Council of the Boy Scouts of America, with the high hope that you will always represent the finest character in citizenship, we welcome you into our Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts and congratulate you and your parents and your scout leaders. Congratulations, Caleb.
Thank you.
Congratulations, parents.
Thank you.
Will the parents of the Eagle Scout candidate please stand behind their son? Will James Nacass, Scoutmaster of Troop 4, please come and present our new Eagle with his medal? Can we just present the patches? Okay. So then I guess you can read that and then I'll.
Let's see where we go. All right, Miles, Senior Patrol Leader, would you please present Caleb with his patch? his Eagle Badge, as well as his Eagle Certificate.
Thank you.
Miles, would you please give to our new candidate the Eagles Mother's Pin? Caleb, on behalf of all the work that your mother has done to help you get here, please present her with her pin. I'll hold this for you.
Thank you.
Miles, would you please present Caleb with the Eagles Father pin? Caleb, in appreciation for all the work that your father has done to help you get here, please present him with his father's pin.
Yes, sir.
Are there any other awards that you want to give at this time from the pins?
Yes, the mental pen.
Miles, would you please give to Caleb mentor's pin?
Thank you. I'd like to present this pen to someone who helped me through my entire scouting journey and gave me constant encouragement.
Thank you. Okay, here's one. Sorry. Ben? Thank you.
Thank you for everything you did for me.
My pleasure. An honor. Miles, would you please get our Eagle candidate his neckerchief and slide? Let's put that in the recycle bin.
Guess the first thing is trying to show.
Brother.
I have the actual-
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinguished pleasure at this time to present to us, our troop, and to our honored guests, our latest Eagle Scout for Troop 4, Caleb Holmes. Congratulations. All right, what you got next?
My speech and then yours.
All right, moving on. All yours.
Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to stand before you as a new Eagle Scout. First, I would like to thank God for being with me throughout this journey and constantly helping me to grow as a person and providing encouragement and putting great people in my path to help me along this path to becoming an Eagle Scout and becoming a better person. I'd also like to tell everyone about how I initially joined Scouts. Now, because this was a few years ago, and it might be slightly out of order, but the events did all happen, I was initially invited by a friend, Wilson Diaz, to go to a Troop 4 recruitment event, which happened across the street in a parking lot with there's a basketball hoop actually there, which is where there were, I think, booths set up, and they were telling kids about Scouts. And what got me was they gave me a pocket knife, which wasn't the first pocket knife I had, but it was, I think, the first one that had been given to me since I'd learned to become comfortable with pocket knives and had stopped accidentally cutting myself. My mom also told me that I was going to join Boy Scouts because of that, and I didn't argue with her, not much anyway, because I felt kind of obligated because I was given a pocket knife of all things. It was a cheap pocket knife. I think I still have it, but I may have lost it. But it did serve me very well, actually, for a long time. I believe it saw me all the way to tenderfoot. I also have to thank my friend Wilson for that, for inviting me. And while he did age out of the troop, or he may have left it before he aged out, I am quite grateful that he was willing to invite me, a boy he did not know very well. I'd also like to share some lessons I've learned through this entire experience. So two of the ones that helped me the most was I've been taught since pretty much as long as I've been alive, which was say yes whenever I was presented with an opportunity. And I haven't always done it very well, but I have grown considerably better at doing that, and the result has been I have experienced a number of amazing things, met lots of cool people, and gone on lots of adventures and done lots of things in scouting that I wouldn't have done on this path if I hadn't. And the other was, any job worth doing, do well. I don't know if my mom added this bit or if I added this bit, but every job is worth doing well. And so I have tried to give it my all multiple times all the time when doing things in scouting, school, just general life, odd jobs, whatever it is. And I haven't always been successful, and I haven't always been the best person about it, especially if it was something I didn't want to do. But I am grateful for everything I've done, everything I've been taught, and all the advice I've been given in doing so. And Scouts has taught me a significant amount as a person. I have learned I am not the bravest person, so saying yes to new experiences is not exactly my forte. However, Scouting taught me to do lots of things like canoeing, rappelling, I learned archery, I learned lots of stuff about the environment, it's actually much more fascinating than I ever would have initially thought. I always thought nature was kind of boring. I quite regret that now. I learned to be a leader. Initially when I joined Scouts, my plan was this. I was going to reach Eagle without ever holding any significant leadership position. I had not read through the book yet, which tells you that you have to hold a position of leadership. I ended up holding multiple, and it was worth every moment, all the painful learning experiences as I messed things up. I have learned I've learned good work ethic without complaining from all kinds of things. My Eagle Scout project being a big one, which was also one of the biggest things I've done for sure as a scout, considering I had to learn to call people on the phone, write emails, give dates in advance, ask people for help, which is something I've never been particularly good at, and I'm still working on. But it's been a fantastic journey and experience overall. And I'd like to give some thanks out to people. I'd like to thank my Uncle Benjamin, who is an Eagle Scout, who gave me advice when I visited my Uncle Nate, who he was also staying with at the time, because I was having a rough time in Scouts, and I had pretty much given up on ever reaching Eagle. And he gave me an idea of what I needed for a plan. And so I told my mom and my dad, and we put together a plan, and it changed a lot, and what I ended up doing probably didn't resemble that plan at all, but it did have the basis of it, and it led to me becoming an Eagle Scout. I'd like to thank my parents for their constant encouragement throughout this journey. They've provided advice when I was struggling, they've provided help, taught me all kinds of new things that I didn't know. Turns out the world's much more complicated than I thought. And I'd like to thank the troop, my many friends who helped me with all kinds of things, from learning to cook, to canoe, to backpacking, hiking. Quite a difference between the two, especially in how you pack your bag. And I'd like to thank just friends I had throughout this time that are numerous and many. The most are in scouting, but my small group at my church would be some friends I'd like to thank, because they provided help and spiritual encouragement throughout this journey. And my future plans in scouting would include, I would like to continue throughout my life to attend meetings as a leader, help other boys join into Scouts, go through the journey, reach Eagle. I would eventually like to be a Scoutmaster one day, though I'm sure that's many years in the future. And I think that ends my speech. I can't think of anything else I'd like to say. I'd like to extend thank you to everyone that was here and came to my Eagle Scout Court of Honor. And I'd like to, give something to the troop I've been meaning to give them for about 2 years now, which would be my old Scout shirts. Hopefully someone will finally get to use that. I'd like to welcome Mr. Nakash to the podium to give a speech.
Well, Caleb, that was very nice to hear about your journey and your wonderful success with the troop. I just have one short poem I'm going to read for you. You asked me to have a Scoutmaster's Minute prepared, and in doing a little research and review of a variety of things that I could have spoken about or read, I came across this one I thought really was the message that best fits this evening. It's a poem by a woman named Will Allen Dromgoole. She lived from 1860 to 1934, and it's called The Bridge Builder. An old man traveling a long highway came at the evening cold and gray to a chasm vast and deep and wide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream held no fears for him. But he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. "Old man," cried a fellow pilgrim near, "you're wasting your time in building here. Your journey will end with the closing day. You're never going to pass this way again. You have crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build you this bridge at evening tide?" The builder lifted his old gray head. "Good friend, in the path I have come," he said. "There followeth after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This stream, which has been as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him." Caleb, as you continue on down your journey of life, I hope you will look back and build many bridges for the youth behind you. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Miles?
Any other guests have any presentations to make? This is the time for them.
That was us.
No, okay, well then. Thank you all for, well, coming. Dismissed.